Eh bien, rebonjour à tous et à toutes, c'est Over Angelique. Et aujourd'hui, enfin, pour ceux qui regardent la VOD, pour ceux qui... Waouh, dur comme le début de live. On se retrouve sur du The Console. Donc, dernier épisode, on avait passé la première journée dans le manoir de Lord Valor, un truc comme ça, je sais plus du tout son nom. Oh là là, je suis claqué. Mais je tenais à faire le live, je suis désolé du retard pour ceux qui attendaient le live à 18h. Ce sera un petit live d'1h30 encore une fois, je suis désolé, c'est le temps de reprendre et tout. Ça fait longtemps que j'ai pas live, donc j'ai toujours mes mauvaises habitudes quand je ne live pas, c'est-à-dire de dormir entre 17h et 19h. Là ça va, j'ai réussi à me réveiller. Et du coup oui, donc je rappelle pour ceux qui n'ont pas vu le premier épisode et qui arrivent là maintenant sur le live, donc qu'est-ce que The Console? C'est un jeu narratif avec des énigmes, un peu d'exploration et un peu de mystère, hein. Il y a un système de niveau et d'XP, mais tout ça on va le revoir juste après. Et donc la fois dernière on cherchait des indices sur la disparition de notre mère. Hop, on va jouer à la manette, hein. Et c'est reparti. Donc cette fois-ci je vais pas faire la bêtise, hein. On va actualiser. On va directement mettre en plein écran parce que je m'excuse encore, la fois dernière on n'était pas en plein écran dès le début. Alors voilà. J'adore. J'adore. J'ai oublié de désactiver le son de mon live. Hop là. C'est possible que vous entendez du bruit en fond, je m'excuse. On ne sait jamais. Donc voilà. Eh hey, Rabichi, comment ça va? C'est vrai que ça faisait longtemps. Alors, donc je crois qu'on avait fait le tour de l'exploration. Il fallait aller au salon parce que l'enfoiré veut pas que je reste dans ma chambre. Et j'avais fait la grosse bêtise de mettre de l'encre sur le citron. Du coup, on n'avait pas toute la phrase. Mais bon. Rappel, faut trouver un tableau en rapport avec Méduse. Et moi, je vais très bien. Enfin, comme j'ai dit, je suis fatigué. Et j'ai chaud. Hop là, allez, on peut sortir. Je suis juste un peu triste que dans une... Ah, aller dans la chambre des autres personnes. Faudra, comment dire, je suis juste un peu triste que je vais devoir bientôt arrêter le live le matin. Parce que je vais bientôt recommencer à travailler, donc je peux pas faire de live tout en étant au boulot. Ah, j'aimerais bien. Une personne qui passe le balai, un serviteur. Donc c'est peut-être une bonne idée de pas se faire voir pour l'instant. Au cas où qu'il y ait une cinématique qui se déclencherait. J'ai peur de rentrer chez quelqu'un. Et que... Ouais, non. On peut rentrer que dans la chambre des invités qu'on a déjà vu. Donc c'est-à-dire... George Washington, Emily... Notre cher ami... Ouais, non, on peut... Attends. Il avait dit qu'on pouvait explorer. Je crois que c'était un fake. Ouais, j'ai un petit peu de mal avec la caméra, les gens, désolé. Ah, George Washington.
Let no one disturb me. I'm busy.
Too bad. I'll see him later.
Donc lui, c'est sûr, on peut pas... Mais ah ouais, mais si on va dans la chambre d'Emily, il y a le mec qui est en train de passer le balai.
That's the door to Elizabeth's room.
Porte d'Elisabeth. Tu connais le joueur, Abby?
What happened in here?
What? Le satanisme. Bonne question. Que penses-tu qu'il est en train de faire, toi? Ok, c'est lui qui a l'origine du satanisme.
A chest with a half circle pattern.
Un demi-cercle. On a pas la clé.
My dear Elizabeth, I'm writing to inform you of some unfortunate news. We won't be able to meet as planned on the first Sunday of May. I've been told that you're no better, and, unfortunately, your brothers and I are absolutely snowed under by the work required to govern this new country. Please, excuse us. As soon as we can get free,
John
even
Adams.
if it's just for a day, I promise we shall come and see you. Your loving father.
John Adams. Donc je rappelle que si on se trompe pas, il y a une fille ici qui est en cure. Désolé si vous entendez du bruit. Et du coup, ouais, donc je sais plus ce que je disais. Oui, il y a une personne ici qui est en cure, Elizabeth Adams, qui est la fille de John Adams. Et donc, visiblement, elle connaît Elizabeth Adams, vu qu'elle connaît son père. Ça serait bizarre qu'elle ne connaisse pas sa fille. Ils ont à peu près le même âge. Et on est déjà plein.
Looks like I
Des
found a
cailloux.
box containing some kind of white crystals.
Consommer les cristaux. On va pas prendre les cristaux blancs. Même si ça pourrait être des trucs qui nous redonnent des points. Hop là. Ici, une autre lettre.
August 24th, 1792.
Abigail.
Elizabeth, I am driven to despair and doubt there is any point in writing to you. I'm not even sure you'll receive my letters. Father controls my correspondence more and more. I am certain he filters our exchanges. Thankfully, one of the chambermaids is able to help me get my letters to you, but they still remain unanswered.
Ouais, vraiment étrange. Je pense que c'est de la drogue. Hein.
August 24th.
Ok, ça on l'a déjà lu. Hop
3rd
là.
November, 1791. My dear sister, the cancellation of...
Ok. Ah, la clé. 5 cercles. On sait qu'elle est en bas dans le petit salon. Donc on pourra peut-être ouvrir le truc. Ça c'est cool. Et ça on l'a pas lu du coup.
1791.
Non.
My dear Elizabeth,
C'est moi, était
the
tellement
last letter
froid.
gave me much cause for concern. Your words were so cold.
Ok. Si, vraiment je pense que... Hop. Et là un démon ça vaut comme nous. Je pense que les cristaux c'est de la... C'était de la drogue. C'est pour ça que j'ai pas osé les prendre parce que si je les prends et je finis drogué, quelqu'un saura que je suis venu ici. La boîte là on peut pas l'ouvrir. Hein. Non. Étrange quand même comme pièce. Ça ressemble beaucoup aux marques que le prêtre a sur ses mains. Surtout celui-là, je crois que le prêtre a une marque comme ça sur ses mains. On vérifiera quand on ira voir. C'est vraiment étrange. Donc ouais, clairement, les jeux narratifs, c'est vraiment ce que je préfère. Explorer, chercher. On peut pas. Non, on peut pas. Là, j'ai pas vérifié si le son était bien avec ma voix. Oui, mais voyons, je suis un aristocrate. Bonjour, je ne peux pas me permettre de prendre de la drogue.
That must be the door to the room of the soldier I saw in my vision.
Napoléon... Ah, dans sa vision, c'est Napoléon Bonaparte qui l'a vu? On peut pas rentrer.
Might be better to take a different stairway.
Ah, fait chier. Ouais, non, on va pas rentrer.
Might be better to take a different stairway.
Bah, dans le jeu, je m'appelle Louis. Louis, je sais... Attends. Louis... J'ai oublié son nom. Louis de Richer, un jeune aristocrate parisien. Hop là. Après, à voir mes yeux, je pense qu'il prend de la drogue. Hein. Ouh, elle aussi.
Excuse me, Monsieur de Richet. I really need to talk to you.
Is this about last night?
No, that was just a misunderstanding. I'm sure it was a little bit my fault too.
There's no excuse for that man's horrible behavior. You ought to tell Sir Home.
Look, the only thing that I care about is that I've lost something precious. I'm not worried about Jacques Peru.
You didn't happen to lose this,
On est
did you?
honnête. On va lui rendre.
Where did you find it?
In the small salon.
It's the only reminder I have of my beloved sister. I thought that swine stole it from me. You're her son. Sarah de Richet's son.
Yes, why?
Oh, le son c'est encore
Last
bon.
night, I found out that your mother was on the island. What are you doing here?
Pourquoi ça l'intéresse?
Excuse me,
intéresse.
but speaking frankly, why would you care?
I know your mother very well.
Really?
Yes, I have been in your mother's care ever since I was born.
She nursed you.
Oh, I wouldn't say nursed. No. I remember her stare, cold as ice. Her sadistic hands pressing over my mouth to silence me while I screamed in pain. I remember her knees, too. She held me down with them while she cut and burned scars into me.
Hold on a minute. What do you mean?
You can ask her when you see her.
Huh, she's getting more and more agitated.
Attends. Elle l'a tenu sur le joug quand elle l'a sacrifié, c'est ce que j'ai lu.
And next you're gonna tell me my mother's also responsible for that scar on your head?
My heart stopped twice during the operation. I lost my memory for 6 months. You obviously have no idea of the abuse your mother inflicted on me.
Wait. There must be some kind of mistake.
My only mistake was ever meeting your mother.
She's able to describe every detail without hesitation or getting flustered. It's becoming difficult not to believe the poor girl.
Look, I've got to go.
Wait. I need to know more about you and my mother. Why did she put you through all of that? There must be some reason for what she did.
What's the point of rubbing salt in the wounds?
You're right.
Hop là.
I don't want this
Coup de zéro.
conversation to turn into an interrogation.
Yes,
You've suffered enough
vulnérabilité.
already. I respect your silence. Please excuse me.
Well, thank you.
Tous les aristos le faisaient, hein. En
I
général.
know your little game. You're no different from the rest of them. You couldn't give a damn about me. The only thing you're interested in is finding out about your mother.
Don't say that. Not everyone wants to use you.
Tape deux.
Some people care about you, don't they?
Sa sœur.
Haven't you got a sister?
Yes,
I'm sure she loves you with all her heart.
Je suis sûr que ça va marcher.
she's
On
the
va
only one who
écouter.
cares about me. I would have put an end to it all by now if it weren't for her. Since you insist, I'll tell you how I met your mother.
Thanks for trusting me.
C'est
You
vrai
see,
qu'ils sont longs.
before I was born, my
Long
mother
à
often
prononcer, en
suffered
vrai.
from hallucinations and fits of anger. Soon people could barely recognize her. She became a completely different person. So my father spent an enormous amount of money paying for the best doctors, but none of them were able to cure her. The last resort was to call a priest.
So, is that what your father did?
No. He went to an expert in the occult.
Ah, my mother.
Her reputation already extended beyond our borders. My mother's fits stopped at my birth, and Sarah de Richet concluded that the evil had passed into me. Not only did it encourage her to stay, but she took the opportunity to advise my father to separate me from the rest of my family. That's how I was declared stillborn. My fate was decided that very day.
It would coincide with my mother's frequent trips to America.
I had my first fit when I was 3. That's when your mother began her experiments to rid me of the evil inside.
I understand how you feel, but I know my mother. I'm sure she had her reasons, even if it seems difficult to believe.
Everything she put me through was all for nothing. My whole life was ruined for nothing.
So what brings you here then?
My father used to know Sir Holm. He offered to introduce me to the world's leading authority in the occult.
Lord Mortimer.
He was my last hope. Until I found out he had also invited your mother.
It's got to be a coincidence. I don't believe for a second she's come here for you.
You can't change my mind about this, Louis. My days are numbered, and I know it.
Et là, elle a disparu. Je me demande, parce que visiblement, Elisabeth, elle a une sœur aussi. Et elle a parlé à Mr. John. Ouais. Plus gros décolleté du jeu vidéo. Parce que Mr. John, j'ai remarqué, il parlait aussi de sa fille. Mais peut-être que Elisabeth, c'est la fille. Ah bah non, ils ont pas le même nom. Ah, je sais pas. Ils ont peut-être un lien de parenté en vrai. Ça se trouve, c'est pas. Bah non. Oh, j'en sais rien. Je vais pas faire des hypothèses sur ça parce qu'on n'en sait pas encore assez.
What
Bonjour,
can I
madame.
do for you, sir? I am at your service day and night, sir.
Un congé. Sur les
What can you
invités.
tell me about the guests?
Do excuse
Oui, voilà.
me, sir, but I
Peut-être
am
changer de nom.
bound by discretion to say nothing about Lord Mortimer's guests, sir. Perhaps would like to know something else?
Donc ça, on l'a déjà fait.
I
Sur
would like to
l'hôte des
speak about
Sablieux.
your master, Lord Mortimer.
Do please excuse me, sir, but I shall make no comment about my master. Is there anything else that sir would like to know?
Alors, c'est quoi le petit salon? Le salon rouge. Est-ce que c'est cette zone-là? Oui. Elisabeth. N'hésite pas à me dire hein, si tu vois des problèmes ou quoi, hein, Rabi.
Dear friends, I bid you welcome. I hope the night was not too short. Your Eminence, Duchess, Monsieur de Richet, allow me to introduce our new guests. They arrived during the night. Johann Christoph von Wollner, Minister of Religious Affairs and close aide of Frederick William II, King of Prussia. Napoleon Bonaparte, Lieutenant of the French Revolutionary Army. And Jacques Peroux, French Revolutionary Tribunal Judge. Unfortunately, my friends, Lord Mortimer will not be joining us this morning, but he should be with us later. So, let us begin.
What is Mortimer playing at? He tells me to come urgently and he sends no one to meet me?
My friend.
Qu'est-ce
Thank
qui
you
est
again
affreux?
for the wine, Your Eminence. It is served every day at the king's table.
I am delighted to hear this.
Volner and Piaggi seem to be getting along well.
My dear Johann, how are you?
Glad to make landfall at last.
Non,
And
il est
yourself?
immonde.
Very well.
And your husband?
He's poorly. The French Revolution gives him terrible headaches.
Oh, I understand. I shall feel better too as soon as the situation is settled.
If by chance the French crisis is emulated in Berlin, there will always be a refuge for you in London, my dear.
Your offer does you honor, Emily. But London is much closer to Paris than Berlin. Beware. The French are capable of sailing up the Thames straight to the Houses of Parliament.
Oh, my friend, I am shaking in my clogs.
Is the wine to your liking?
Very much so, Sir Gregory. Such complexity.
Gregory.
Typically French. A Sauterne, isn't it?
Absolutely.
If I'm not mistaken, this is not Lord Mortimer's favourite wine. It is yours.
In his absence, I have taken the liberty of making a slight deviation from the rule, but I count on your discretion.
Don't worry, I appreciate the same grape varieties as you. I remember the last time we tasted that nectar here at this table. The finest minds of the century were present.
And the last time we drank it, the orphanage in Bloomsbury was still in ruins.
Would you repeat that?
Oh, well, I put some small effort into the works. The orphanage reopened just before Christmas. The bedrooms, washrooms, and the classrooms had all been refurbished.
I don't know what to say. You have given the girls a wonderful Christmas gift. Thank you.
I made a promise. Now it is done.
It's the first time I've ever seen her so moved. Just mentioning that orphanage broke right through Emily's hard shell.
Ouais, chaud.
Is everything all right?
Yes, thank you. I had a moment of absence, but here I am again.
Oui, merci. Je suis là. Demandez à Washington.
My
On va faire
lord,
connaissance
I
avec
only
Vol
know the prestige of your
Volmer.
name. Might I have the honor of getting to know you a little better?
You are Monsieur
Louis Moras de Richer.
de Richer. De Richer. A name
C'est vrai que la façon
with a
française est vraiment
nobiliary
bien.
particle. Are you descended from a noble line?
Please feel at home.
I am just a simple French citizen.
Of course.
Really? Oh, you seem nothing like a commoner.
And right he was too.
Especially compared to that wretch over there sharing our meal.
Please, go ahead.
Have you any information on this
Il a
Napoleon?
drogué Napoléon.
Who does not know of her, sir?
What are you doing out there?
He's certainly well connected and in high places.
My friend.
Surprising. No one appears to know him.
No one knows me, and yet here I am.
Quite so.
Monsieur de Richer, it would seem we have common interests. Could we speak in private, please?
Ah, et donc même le français. Ouais, c'est censé être Napoléon. Déjà, il devrait être petit. Pas trop respecté. Mais bon, après, ça reste dans le jeu. Hein.
Lord Mortimer and the Golden Order, through your mother, have concluded a financial agreement.
Stay composed, Louis. I'm listening.
An agreement for cannons. Lord Mortimer assured me that you are to take over the project on behalf of your mother. You must know that I am
Putain,
deeply
l'accent
sorry
anglais.
about their
Ah, il est-
disappearance, but I must validate the deal urgently if I want to be able to organize things properly.
I haven't seen Lord Mortimer yet. I'm afraid I'll be unable to answer your questions.
He assured me that you could replace your mother during her absence.
I appreciate his confidence, but still, this is a bit hasty.
Je crois qu'ils ont demandé à un français de le faire. Hein.
Of course, but I need to know if I can count you among my allies.
Well, of course.
And for that, I have a little question for you. The agreement stipulates an aid of 50,000 louis d'or for 200 cannon.
Attends. L'accord stipule une...
Surely such an amount will buy twice as many cannons. Don't try to pull a fast one on me. We're both young, but we are not naive.
Please don't be offended. I just wanted
Yeah,
to
j'ai
make sure
réussi.
you knew what you were talking about. And I am reassured. I have one last question I would like to pose to you.
Étape
We
2.
don't know each other yet, you and I. And I need to make sure that we both share the same vision for the future of France. Given the hard times that have befallen our beautiful country, what do you think it would take to restore its luster?
Il faut une contre-révolution.
Let the people make their own choices.
You are joking, I hope. The people are simply not capable of taking charge, don't you see? They are an uneducated mob who react on the spur of the moment, incapable of providing a coherent vision for the good of the country.
The
Une
revolution was a
contre-révolution
good
alors,
thing,
pas la
but it
monarchie.
gave birth to a monster. We must overthrow the new system in place.
Ah, you are right. Monsieur de Richet, I am reassured. I am
On se voit
very
qu'on a une
happy
seconde
to have
chance. Hein.
met you. Lord Mortimer was right to put his trust in you. I hope to work with you in the very near future. I would like to thank you for your support by offering you this humble little gift.
Reflections on the Revolution in France. Monsieur Bonaparte, I thank you for this gesture, and please know that I, too, am delighted to have met you.
Par contre, tu vois, Louis, il est français, mais il a un bon accent.
I would like to thank Lord Mortimer and you, Sir Holm, for bringing us all together here. Those of us for whom it is not the first time here, like me, are all trembling in sweet anticipation of the arrival of our host. For the rest, I would like to reassure you that Lord Mortimer always has a few surprising projects to propose. But I can assure you that each and every one of us has always benefited from them. The last time I came to this place, Lord Mortimer offered to help me in my electoral campaign for the presidency of the United States. And it is imminently clear that his support was an invaluable aid to us. We are here among like-minded people. So let us put aside the conflicts in which some of our nations find themselves at present. So I raise my glass in honor of you all, my new and old friends.
Après, c'est possible hein, qu'il soit allemand, en
Trust you
vrai.
shall not
Je
be
sais pas.
disappointed, Mr. Washington. Right, we shall meet again tomorrow. All the guests will be present, as well as Lord Mortimer, I hope. Until then, I trust you will find plenty to keep you amused.
Par contre, voilà, ce qui est un peu con, c'est genre Napoléon Bonaparte, il est français, normalement. Je suis français, normalement. Donc je vois pas pourquoi on n'a pas parlé français. J'ai retrouvé le message caché, mais j'en ai salé une partie. J'aurais pu fouiller la chambre de Napoléon Bonaparte. Ah oui, mais j'avais pas les stats. Bon. Bon, on a gagné un niveau. Et ça avance bien, là. Hein. On gagne pas mal de trucs. Hein. Soit la logique, soit la vigilance. La vigilance, ça pourrait être cool de l'avoir tout de suite. Comme ça, on peut faire attention aux détails notables. Et là, ça réduira le coût. Coût de points d'effort réduit de 3. Ah oui, ça va être intéressant. On peut pas choisir encore les livres, non. Il y a plein de papillons dans ce deux baraques.
Alright, let's recap. Before dinner, I was going to investigate my mother's message. I've got to find the place where all eyes size you up.
Tous les regards se... Donc là, ça nous donnait de la conviction. Oh. Talent. Attendez. Ah, donc il y a des certains talents en fait en fonction des trucs qu'on a. Divise par 2 les faux éléments apparaissant lors d'une opportunité. Eh, c'est pas mal ça. Mais en gros, c'est plutôt des succès ça. Ah, maintenant on peut augmenter les points dans conviction. Ah, c'est cool ça. J'ai pas remarqué, je suis con. Alors peut-être des points en politique, ça peut être intéressant. Ah, on peut lire 2 livres. Ah ok, en fait quand on a fini de lire un livre, on gagne le point et on n'a plus besoin de le lire. Ok, c'est cool ça. J'avais pas encore compris. Ah oui, le jeu est beaucoup plus fluide pour moi. J'ai modifié le débit que je reçois sur Shadow. notre cher Piagui. La harpe, elle nous avait pas intrigué déjà? Non. On va faire du piano. Hein. Le petit salon rouge. Hein. Ouais. Ah, là, il y a un truc.
Discourse on the Method by Descartes. This book changed the way I looked at the world.
En vrai, je sais pas. Peut-être que dans les options, on peut mettre le audio et sous-titres. Ah non, le jeu ne peut pas être en français, c'est dommage. Franchement, un jeu où les Anglais parlent anglais, les Français parlent en français et tout. Et quand ils communiquent entre eux, bien sûr, ils utilisent l'anglais. Hein. Ça aurait pu être cool. Hein. Clé à motif occulte terre, de terre. On pourrait sortir. Hein. Mais quel est le lieu évoqué par ma mère?
The lock is surrounded by
Trois
a
cercles.
triple circle.
On n'a pas la clé. En vrai, c'est dangereux d'avoir un balcon comme ça. Hein. N'importe qui pourrait tomber. Oh, on va parler à Piegui.
Well, Your Eminence, do you still have any room left?
Ah, my son, the sin of gluttony is the most difficult of all in my eyes. Nevertheless, what a charming moment we have had together. I'm delighted I was able to talk to Mr. von Wollner. We hadn't spoken to each other for an eternity.
Yes. I noticed
Wollner.
that Your Eminence knew a fair number of people at the table.
The benefit of age, my son. This isn't my first invitation to Lord Mortimer's. You will see, it's the perfect place to make new friends. Indeed, I noticed that you and Mr. Bonaparte had already begun.
Ah, I adapt quickly to local customs. It's what I was taught.
And you are right to do so, my son. But tell me, have you had any news of your mother since your arrival?
Alas, still nothing, Your Eminence. But I still haven't been able to meet Lord Mortimer.
Do not worry. It is
En vrai, c'est un
typical
peu
of
vrai.
him. What can I
Les
say?
deux vont de pair. Hein.
Lord Mortimer is a very busy man. I should think you are beginning to worry.
Et je crois même que c'est de la gourmandise que la luxure. Hein.
Well, I must admit, Your Eminence, indeed it does worry me.
I understand, Louis, but continue to have faith in Sarah. You'll see, I'm sure, that in a few days we'll all be laughing together.
That's all I hope for, Your Eminence. But while I have you with me, I have a question for you.
Go ahead, Louis. What can I do for you?
If I said to you, where all eyes size you up, would it mean anything to you?
I don't know if it's the place you're looking for, Louis, but it makes me
galerie des
think of the
portraits.
portrait gallery.
There's a gallery here? Can you tell me where to find it, please?
Of course. Just go through the door at the end. It will lead into the library. Continue all the way through, and you'll end up in the gallery. You'll see it, Louis. When you get there, you'll know.
Thank you very much, Your Eminence. On that last word, then, I shall leave you to fight your demons. See you later, Your Eminence.
See you later, my son.
Je l'aime bien ce petit, ce petit Piegui. Alors la bibliothèque, ça il va voir. Oh, une petite boîte, est-ce qu'on peut l'ouvrir? Ok. Ah oui. What the fuck? C'est quoi cette bibliothèque? Ah, il y avait les gelés. Je croyais qu'on pouvait emprunter l'échelle.
A few pages out of an old encyclopedia.
Yeah, j'ai enfin l'encyclopédie. Ah mais c'est sûr, je veux la même aussi. Hein. Tu t'amuses là-dedans. Attends. sais même pas si ça va pas plus profond. Alors, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 étages. Oh, moi, peu importe, même tous les mangas du monde. Ça passe là-dedans, je pense.
Where all eyes size you up. Chances are, that's the room my mother spoke of.
And she also spoke of a Medusa. Should I go and try to find the creature now?
Ça se trouve, elle dit de ne pas y aller, mais bon. Hop là. Alors, on sait tous à quoi ressemble Méduse de la mythologie grecque.
The Last Supper by Leonardo da Vinci.
The last day before his crucifixion, Jesus announces that he will be betrayed by one of his disciples. The Song of Roland. Roland feeleth his death is near. His brain is oozing by either ear. With his brain oozing, it's already remarkable that he can feel anything.
Bah, va passer par là. Un morceau d'ambre.
By Rembrandt.
Yes, on a gagné 1 d'énergie.
A fragment of amber.
Pas celui-là. Je pense que c'est plutôt là-bas. Yann. Je ne vois pas du tout où pourrait être le tableau de Méduse. Plus j'explore en même temps, donc on pourra pas l'ouvrir. Là où tous les regards. Peut-être celui-là, non? Méduse, elle est là. J'entendais un tableau.
I've got to find out what Mother was trying to do with her. The Medusa. A hero armed with a sword? A hero with a lantern. And the last one holding a shield. I'll stake my life on it. All the statues form a single scene together. The poor devils are about to face the beast.
Heureusement, je connais le mythe de la Méduse. Alors, faut que le mec avec la lanterne faire pivoter la statue vers le héros avec l'écu. Comme ça, lui, il éclaire. Il est déjà vers Méduse. Ok, c'est écarté. Parce qu'en gros, faut... Ah là, il y a peut-être un livre sur Méduse. Ouais, mais on sait. En gros, il faut qu'elle voit son reflet à travers le miroir. Enfin, le bouclier. L'épée. Pivoter la statue vers Méduse. Est-ce que ça serait ça? Et elle doit regarder le bouclier.
If I respect the legend, I have to place the hero holding the shield in front of the Medusa.
Face à Méduse.
Except for here, it
donc c'est bien
doesn't
ça.
work. There must be something else.
Ah, j'ai pas envie de lire le livre. Bon, on va lire vite fait le livre s'il y a des informations.
The Origin of Myths, a reinterpretation of legendary creatures. Just what I need.
Le livre est de
Text
mauvaise
is in
qualité.
French on the left-hand page and in Latin on the right hand. Let's find the chapter on the Medusa.
Ah, lire le passage en français. Hein.
This version is significantly different from the regular one. It recounts how men have always belittled women in society. Harpies, mermaids, the chimera, the hydra, the gorgons. Ah, the section on the Medusa.
Méduse.
While some of the heroes divert attention from the Gorgon, the hero with the sword brandishes his weapon at the Medusa.
Ok. Faut peut-être éliminer le mec avec l'épée. Peut-être ça la seule différence.
The statue is darker on the right-hand side. It must be
Foncez
often
sur sa
placed
droite.
towards the fire, which would explain the difference in color. In that case, it would be facing the Medusa. Perfect for the coup de grace.
Elle est obligée de regarder le mec avec le bouclier. On va peut-être continuer à lire le livre.
Hang on. This version is significantly different from the regular one. It recounts how
ça-
men have always belittled women in society. Harpies, mermaids,
Oh non, putain, on peut pas
Mira,
passer le dialogue.
Hydra, Gorgons. Ah, the section on the Medusa. While some of the heroes divert attention from the Gorgon, the hero with the sword brandishes his weapon at the Medusa.
L'homme brandit son épée vers Médusa. Alors, à moins qu'il faut... le mettre vers Méduse. Ah, je sais. Faut le mettre vers l'homme à l'écu. Comme ça, le reflet se reflète dessus. Et du coup, lui, il faut bien le mettre vers l'homme avec l'épée. Et toi, tu vas regarder l'homme avec l'épée. Et oui, non, j'ai dit de la merde. Lui, il doit vraiment pivoter, taper Méduse. Bah, c'est bon, non? Peut-être éclairer le bouclier, comme je l'avais fait de base. Hein. Ok. Il dit que les héros... Passage secret. Non, quand j'ai regardé, c'est pas regarder, c'est doit frapper.
Rah! For Pete's sake, Emily! You scared the pants off me. Don't ever do that again.
Well, keep your nose out of my business then.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Stop fooling around and tell me what you're doing here.
I was feeling a bit peckish. I went in search of the kitchen and I ended up here.
Your sense of direction is mind-boggling, isn't it? Well, no matter. I'll tolerate your presence this one time. Now, since you're here, make yourself useful. Look around on your side. I'll do the same on mine. And if you find anything of interest, let me know.
Oh, yeah. In your dreams. At your service, madam.
Elle nous dit de fouiller, mais on sait même pas quoi. Hop là. La toison d'or.
It's freezing. Hurry up.
cold? You want a rug? It'll warm you up.
I wouldn't be caught dead in that horrible thing.
That's a pity. The gold color brings out your eyes.
And your flattery brings out your boorishness.
Oh, oh comment elle m'a
An
claqué.
unofficial gospel? You'd be more likely to find this kind of book at the Vatican.
Nothing special. The library at Buckingham has 3.
A Bazant.
Excalibur.
You should see this sword, Emily. It's magnificent.
I'm busy. Describe it to me.
I think this is Excalibur, King Arthur's sword. I've always dreamt of drawing it from the stone.
How sweet. You're still clinging to your boyhood dreams. When you finished playing, maybe you can help me search the place?
Si seulement elle nous disait ce qu'il fallait trouver.
Amber.
Here's something interesting. A manor in Maine, hundreds of acres of land in Catalonia, properties in Shanghai. Incredible. Some of these deeds are over 600 years old, and all signed by the hand of Mortimer.
I wonder if that's what inspired my mother's attention. How come all these documents have Mortimer's signature on them?
Do you think all these properties really belong to him?
Je fais start juste pour expliquer un truc. Après, ça se trouve, Lord Mortimer, il n'existe pas et c'est le Sir Holmes qui est en soi Lord Mortimer. Ça, c'est totalement possible. On l'a toujours pas vu et il peut se faire passer par pour un simple ami de Lord Mortimer, mais que Lord Mortimer n'existe pas, qu'il est mort. Et comme ça, les gens se confient à lui en croyant que Lord Mortimer ne l'entendra pas alors que c'est lui-même. Peut-être voler ses actes, ce sont des faux. Si ça se trouve, Mortimer ne vieillit pas.
Several
Peut-être
people
plusieurs
have played the
Mortimer.
part of Mortimer, a part that has been passed down from generation to generation. Different men, but with one sole identity.
An intriguing hypothesis, and yet less twisted than some of my previous cases.
At last, you finally agree with me about something.
These documents are intriguing, but do you really think that's what attracted
Oui,
your
c'est vrai.
mother's
C'est
attention
peut-être un
here?
vampire.
And how do you know my mother was interested in this room?
I didn't know, I just supposed she was. And you just confirmed it. So, do you think she found what she came for?
I don't know. She was obsessed with Mortimer, and I must confess, these property deeds are troubling.
If that's the case, why would she have left them?
Once again, I don't know. We'll have to ask her when we find her. And what's your take? How did Lord Mortimer get all this? It's just crazy.
Secret connections, money, or a well-kept family treasure passed on from generation to generation. Who knows?
That would mean some of Mortimer's ancestors lived before Jesus was born. I wonder why my mother didn't make it clear what she was interested in here.
She didn't have time to write it down, or maybe she wasn't sure of what she was looking for.
Or she wanted to protect her discoveries. It's disturbing.
You'll just have to search the rest of the room. Maybe you'll find something.
Putain, elle bloque le passage.
What is that you found?
A cameo pendant.
Une camé.
What's going on?
Nothing.
For crying out loud, Emily, you lunged for that jewel like your life depended on it. Tell me what this is about.
No. We just met, Louis. I like you, but I can't just suddenly open myself up like a book to you.
Listen, Emily. It seems pretty obvious to me that you haven't come here for the sole purpose of sampling Mortimer's cellar.
Stop all the clever evasions and just trust me.
And why the hell should I place my trust in you, Louis?
Ça marche, Rabi. Tes fameux chiffres, tu les as toujours pas abandonnés. Aïe, aïe, aïe.
Nothing.
J'aimerais
I
bien en
have
avoir.
done absolutely nothing for you. No to this, no to that. You ask for proof of trust, but when you get it, you turn a deaf ear. You are defiant, evasive, and paranoid. Go question your own motives. I've done all I can.
All right, fine. There's no point getting on your high horse, you know. So I'm wary, I grant you that. I'll admit you are
Ouais.
fairly reliable.
That's it? I was expecting more.
Well, I'm prepared to trust you when it comes to choosing a French cheese. But I've nothing to gain by confiding in you any further than that.
Nothing to gain? Damn it, Emily! I'm only trying to help you. Stop needing to gain something all the time.
Because you think I need help?
Just like everyone. You have your strengths and your weaknesses. And there's no
Ah, on va
use
parler de
pretending
l'orphelinat, je
otherwise.
pense.
Ha! And I bet you found out where I'm weak, haven't you?
Et c'est là qu'on peut voir Emily, elle est vulnérable à la psychologie.
You think your scathing wit protects you, but in fact it makes you blind. No sooner have people introduced themselves than you already
t'as
see
bien
them in
retenu,
a bad
Ravi.
light. You play the part of a strong woman, and yes, you are a strong woman, of course. But what I see is a sensitive young lady who lacks self-confidence. Stop adopting a defensive posture, and you'll see just how quickly new doors will
Ouais,
open.
bah moi je peux pas tout lire
There
d'un
is
coup.
some truth to what you say. I might have some weaknesses, but I don't need your help to overcome them. And I'm simply not contemplating collaborating with anyone at this time. Do you understand?
Alors, est-ce que vous comprenez? Je préfère. Lobby, vous entendez quelqu'un? À pousser dans ses retranchements. Ça me coûterait que 1.
I know you well enough to see that you're hiding.
Vous êtes heurté par des bloqués à 1.
Need something from me. Why won't you look me in the eyes? I've figured you out, but you
Ah, on a un
refuse
point
to
en moins.
accept it. And you're starting to find me charming too.
I admit it. You win.
Aïe aïe aïe, on a raté.
Worst investigator there ever was have sussed me out. Well, at least you made me smile. I already have a work partner.
Ah non, elle
I
avait
know
déjà un
my
partenaire.
weaknesses. I don't doubt that your abilities will be of use to me, but I already have all that, thanks to my teammate.
Is there any chance you might tell me who he is?
No, I've already said too much. Consider yourself lucky I've even given you this much. It's extremely rare, believe me.
Come on, don't stop now that you've come this far. You know that eventually I'll end up making you talk.
Well, since no one can resist you, let's see if you can guess who my partner is.
You're a gambler. So, your partner is...
Sa sœur ou ma mère?
It's as obvious as it is surprising. You're my mother's hard-hitting partner.
Oh, God, do you really believe the nonsense that comes out of your mouth?
Well,
Aïe.
a second ago I did. A little.
Sorry, Louis, your mother is not my partner.
Donc, si c'est pas ça,
Your
c'est sa sœur.
sister. She's your partner. She's the one you're looking for.
Well, I am impressed. How the
Ouais.
devil did you guess I
De
had
base,
a
je voulais dire sa
sister?
sœur, hein, Abigail.
Actually, no one even
On avait tout
knows.
découvert sur elle.
When it comes to getting results, you are very good. I grant you that. You deserve to know why the sight of the cameo pendant affected me so strongly.
Ah, c'est
I
Emma.
thought it belonged to Emma, my twin sister.
Oh. Now I get why you said you had a memory for two.
Yes.
Sa sœur
You
jumelle.
can't imagine to what extent, though. As children, everyone got us mixed up. So one day we decided to play along. Since then, we have become one and the same. We have officially erased the identity of my sister Emma. Emily Hillsborough. The woman with two faces.
Clever. But isn't it complicated? How do you make it work?
One of us has no existence in the outside world. We share everything. First for one, then for the other. We dress the same, wear the same makeup, we speak the same. We've learned to act as one. When we accept a mission, we both turn up. This time, though, she went ahead, and I was meant to wait for her on the mainland. She was meant to meet Sir Home and bring back the details so we could work out who would follow up.
And there was a problem?
She was supposed to return from Mortimer's 1 week ago. The boat turned up at Plymouth, but alas, no trace of my sister. Instead, a sailor passed me a message from home, notifying me of her sudden disappearance.
So, my mother and your sister go missing just a few days apart. That's strange. Maybe their disappearances are linked.
It's clearly a possibility, but up to now I haven't found a trace of either of them.
None of this is very reassuring.
By the way, Louis, now that you are in on the secret, you are obliged to keep it to yourself, or you will pay very dearly.
Don't worry. Your secret is safe with me.
It's time to leave.
Tu peux y aller, Rabi. Tu peux aller chercher tes chips.
So, what do you think of our first adventure?
I must admit, it has been fun by your side.
Same here.
Oh, she's been drinking too much again.
Louis, I need to talk to you right now.
Good evening, Elizabeth.
Actually, this is not a good time.
I'm begging you, please don't leave me alone.
I'll be waiting for you in your room, but don't be late.
Oh. Elle l'attend dans sa
I was sure
chambre.
there was a certain je ne sais quoi between us.
Louis, we need to talk now. Otherwise it'll be too late.
Looks like Elizabeth really needs me, but if I start talking to her, for sure Emily won't wait for me. What should I do?
Oh, le choix chiant. Suivre Emily ou suivre Elisabeth. Ça fait 2 fois qu'on suit Elisabeth. Ah, j'ai peur qu'Emily nous en veuille. Et sa sœur a disparu, donc j'aurai plus d'informations. Et peut-être que Elisabeth sait quelque chose, qu'elle a vu quelque chose, et qu'on essaie de la faire taire. Et peut-être qu'Emily, elle sait pas, c'est chiant. Ah, je rejoindrai bien Emily. Mais avec son histoire de double sœur qui dit qu'elle dit la vérité et que sa sœur n'est toujours pas là. Et qu'elle, comment dire, elles font, comment dire, diversion quoi. Tu vas pas claquer à n'importe qui comme quoi t'as une sœur jumelle qui prend ton identité par moment. Donc ça se trouve, elle nous a peut-être mytho, on n'en sait rien. Voici Elisabeth.
Sorry, Emily, but I can't leave Elizabeth like this.
All right, Elizabeth. How can I help?
Thank you. Come on, follow me. I really need to talk to you, Louis, right now.
Does Lord Mortimer know the mess you've made of your room?
Listen to me, damn it! My days are numbered.
Elizabeth, I don't know if it's about my mother again, but I'm telling you, you've nothing to be afraid of. She didn't come here for you.
I saw her.
Saw who? You saw my mother? When?
Just last night. I went out to walk along the cliff top and I saw her in the distance. She tried to hide right away, but I'm sure it was her.
Are you saying you recognized my mother in the middle of the night? While she was hiding?
Yes, Louis. I know it was her.
You just said she was far away, right? In the middle of the night.
Non, t'as rien
The
manqué.
island isn't exactly well lit.
J'avais juste le choix entre
I'm
suivre
telling
Elisabeth
you, it was her.
ou suivre Emily. Et j'ai décidé de suivre Elisabeth.
She doesn't hesitate on her answers. She's not trembling. She's really convinced of what she's seen. Did you talk to each other?
No, she was far away. I didn't make any noise, and then she was gone.
Have you told anyone you've seen her? Sir Holm? Mortimer?
You don't understand. It's her. She's here.
Yes, I understand.
No, you're not listening. The moment I saw her, I was overcome by spasms. She's here. I'm telling you, it was her. Yes, I need something to calm me down.
No thanks, I'd better not.
Listen, if you want me to tell you everything, you have to drink with me, Louis. What I have to say to you is of the utmost importance.
Il y a quand même un couteau. Hein.
No, I won't drink.
All right, Louis, then get the hell out of here. You're incapable of opening your eyes, so be it. Get out!
Ouais, Jaxou, ça va? Et du coup, Elisabeth va nous faire la gueule. Hein. Bah après, on n'est pas resté longtemps. Hein. Ah mais moi aussi, je lui foutrais des claques. Hein. Aucun respect, on a juste pas le droit
Why
de
the
voir.
hell did I go with Elizabeth? I could have spent the night with Emily, but no. I had to go play the night with a big heart. Oh well, never mind. Tomorrow's another day.
Pourquoi le Sam, Jaxou? T'as plus de chips? Comment c'est possible? T'en as tout le temps pourtant. Oh, qu'est-ce qui se passe?
Richet, I am arresting you for the murder of Elizabeth Adams.
What the hell's going on?
You are in deep trouble, my young friend.
Attends, ça veut dire que si j'avais suivi Emily, ça aurait pas arrivé? Oh le seum. Ah j'ai le seum. Ah merde. Faut commencer directement le dernier chapitre au pire. Et donc là on est déjà au deuxième chapitre. Bah chapitre 5 hein. On m'avait vendu que le jeu était long.
You must never put your life on the line for me.
Mother has always had a fascination for Lord Mortimer, but has never wanted to tell me why.
We are doing our utmost to find your mother as quickly as possible.
Without your mother, hundreds of men of the cloth would have gone to the guillotine.
All I can tell you is I'm looking for my sister.
Do you believe your mother capable of torturing a child?
An agreement for cannons. Lord Mortimer assured me that you are to take over the project on behalf of your mother.
Johann Christoph von Wollner, Minister of Religious Affairs, and Jacques Peroux, French Revolutionary Tribunal Judge. You will find that Lord Mortimer is not what one would call conventional, Monsieur de Richet. Monsieur de Richet, I am arresting you for the murder of Elizabeth Adams.
Donc celui-là il est acquis, on va peut-être prendre de la science. Voilà qu'on a ça. Et on est bien à la mission 5 hein. Je pense que c'était juste un résumé, il bougeait pas, c'était juste une scène comme ça, je pense pas qu'il regardait le cadavre comme ça.
At last we meet, Monsieur de Richet. Do you mind if I call you Louis?
Please do.
Thank you. I wish to apologize wholeheartedly, Louis. I made you cross the seas, and I wasn't even here to welcome you. When I asked you to join us here, it was of course in the hope that you would help us find your mother. But an act of horrific violence occurred during the night. And I do not know if this is linked to the disappearance of Sarah.
What are you getting at? What act of violence?
We found Elizabeth Adams' body in her room. She was brutally murdered, stabbed several times. I'll get straight to the point, Louis. According to the initial elements at my disposal, you were the last person to see her alive.
Yes, last night we, Do you suspect me?
I want you to tell me everything that happened last night and leave nothing out. Tell me, how did the evening
Il y a un
begin?
perroquet ou quoi?
Duchess Hillsborough and I were returning to our rooms when Elizabeth came up to us. She was in a state of panic and insisted that she needed to speak to me. She said she feared for her life. I took my leave of the Duchess and followed
Je
Elizabeth
pense que
to
c'est un
her room.
perroquet.
Continue.
She insisted we have a drink, without which she refused to confide anything.
What exactly did she want to speak about?
She claimed she saw my mother the previous evening on the cliff, if I remember correctly.
Interesting. I will send someone as soon as possible. But do go on.
I refused to go on drinking with her. She already seemed drunk and her
Bonne douche,
conversation became
Jackson.
confused. So, then she ordered me to
Peut-être
get out.
peut-être à tout à l'heure.
If only I'd stayed.
Don't blame yourself, Louis. How could you have known? But thank you for this new information.
Louis, I shan't hide the fact that this tragedy puts me in a very delicate situation. I cannot risk upsetting the smooth operation of our next conference. But the case cannot remain unaddressed. I must reassure my guests, and justice will be done. And for that to happen, I must ask for your help.
Why is that?
You met Elizabeth. You spoke together, I believe. She trusted you. Listen, Louis. Find out who could have committed this murder. I refuse to believe that one of my guests is the murderer. I want to know who is responsible for this. And I trust you. You have my backing. You must stop at nothing. Can I count on you?
Of course. How would you like me to proceed?
Maybe you could start by going to the scene of the crime. Elizabeth was attacked in her room.
Do you have any suspects in mind, my lord?
I spent most of the night talking with Sir Gregory and His Eminence Piaggi, so I think you can remove them from the list of suspects. Monsieur Bonaparte and President Washington left the party after midnight, I believe. They were tired and went up to bed.
Can you tell me anything else about what happened?
Now, Louis, I wouldn't want to influence you. Get over there and form your own opinion.
Right. I'll get over there immediately.
Donc c'est lui, Lord Mortimer.
And once you've finished, come back and let me know your findings. I'll be waiting. And Louis, you've got permission to search through the guests' rooms. They've all been notified and they agree.
On dirait le grand trou dans Game of Thrones. Hop là. Alors, bah du coup je suis un peu déçu, vraiment. Parce qu'on m'avait dit comme quoi le jeu était long, mais on a déjà terminé le premier épisode. Après je crois que ça fait combien de temps que je suis là? Ouais, ça doit faire 1 heure que je suis en live, donc ouais, 2h30 l'épisode, hein, c'est à peu près ça. Donc lui on peut pas fouiller. Je sais même plus c'est quelle pièce en vrai. Mais c'est pas grave.
Good day, Monsieur de Richet.
Mr. Volner, are you looking for anything in particular? Next to Elizabeth's room?
No, nothing special.
I'd have thought this is not really the shortest way to get to your suite.
Yes, I wasn't really looking where I was going. I shall leave you
Clairement
now, sir.
suspect.
I will return to my room.
Ouais, vas-y, Ravi. Donc, elle est là, la scène de crime. Je vois un truc au niveau du journal. Donc on a presque tous les personnages. Hein. Mortimer, Sarah, Ellie, Sir Holmes. Vraiment horrible, Napoléon Bonaparte. George Washington. Il nous manque un personnage.
Poor girl bled to death.
Stoneham.
Whoever left that
Dans un
footprint
café.
has boats for feet. That's at least a size 15. Where's a size like that here? Peru? Washington, maybe.
Washington? Pourquoi il aurait fait ça? Moi je marche sur son cadavre comme ça sans aucun respect. Bon, elle est pas mal, hein. Hop.
The handprint on the handle is really small. I can't imagine a man with a hand that size. It must be from a woman's hand.
Et si elle s'était simplement suicidée?
Knocked over bottle of wine.
Quête consommable au cours d'une quête. Massif, la jauge de temps. Ah, c'est horrible ça!
Thing Elizabeth served me last night. Still just as disgusting. I don't know what's happened to this wine, but it's undrinkable.
Elle s'est droguée, elle a fait une overdose. Ah. Les bras, le torse, hein, je dirais.
I count no fewer than 9 wounds on the thorax, with a lot of blood. On first sight, I'd say that's what caused her death.
La tête.
I see no sign of bruising on the skull. The only clue is a scar from a previous craniectomy. Poor Elizabeth, she must have been very young when she went through all that. That's torture. She also has old scars around the neck, maybe mutilations. What a strange smell.
Ah, on peut pas faire ça.
She bled from the nose. There's signs of
Hop là.
bleeding, but I don't see any traces of bruising.
À la scène, par contre, je ne vois aucune trace de contusion. Revenir au corps.
Blood, but no trace of blows on the legs. The direction of the blood streaks caused by the wounds to the thorax show that she was standing when she lost blood. This proves that she was standing when she was assassinated. Possibly held by
Maintenu par
someone or
quelqu'un.
something.
Ah oui. Ils étaient peut-être deux.
No wounds, but blood on the right hand. Nothing on the left except that tattooed symbol. No marks or bruising around the wrists. Doesn't look like she was tied up or held by force.
Elle a peut-être été droguée, hein. Bras, c'était fait. Tête, tout a été fait.
There are
Bras,
numerous
peut-être.
marks on the body. She must have fought like a lion. It couldn't have happened without a lot of noise. There are also a number of old scars. People who scar themselves in this way generally do so to relieve some kind of psychological suffering. By trying to master the pain, they establish their self-control.
Bon, on va partir. L'horloge.
The clock stopped at 3:54. If it was smashed during the
3h54.
murder, then I've just established the time of the crime.
Ça, c'est bien.
A novel of the initiate, a notebook, written in Elizabeth's handwriting. It is written in a mix of several languages. Not too easy to work out.
Ah, on peut pas les lire. Une arme.
A pistol? Fairly new, I'd say. And judging by the weight of it, fairly light.
Alors, je vais pas écrire pendant un moment. J'ai du carambar collant sur les doigts. Bah, bien joué.
It's extremely well maintained. The barrel is perfectly clean. It isn't loaded, and well, there's no traces of gunshot residue. I'd conclude that it hasn't been used recently.
La crosse.
There's a few dried traces of blood on the grip. Difficult to
peut-être
know
été
for sure
assommée.
how they got there. A tribute engraved on the barrel to the liberators of France.
Révolutionnaire.
Right. I shall have to find its owner. Piece of fabric, high quality at that. I'd say it's silk. Going by the texture and the gray hue, it must come from a dress, that kind that women of quality wear.
Color doesn't correspond to Emily's black outfits, and Elizabeth doesn't have anything quite like this in her wardrobe. Let's take a closer look. It's a little dirty. It must come from the bottom of the dress where it touches the ground. I recognize that moire pattern. It's the same as the travel dress my mother was wearing when she left. But why the hell did she come into this room?
Le pistolet. Ce serait pas le pistolet qu'on avait trouvé en bas à l'entrée du... sur le port? C'est possible en vrai.
Vials
Du
of
poison?
laudanum.
Du laudanum.
The label shows that this laudanum comes straight from America. I wonder if Washington's involved.
Peut-être que notre mère est impliquée dans tout ça. Hein.
Devil's Thorn. I'll keep it. The blood spatter indicates that the murder must have held Elizabeth upright during the attack.
Ouais, mais ça on le sait.
Even if Elizabeth wasn't very big, I doubt she wouldn't have put up a struggle. It takes tremendous strength to overpower someone like that.
Sur là on a fait le tour. Hein. J'ai même pas vu qu'il était à la...
finished with this room?
Do you know who could have made such a mess of this room?
Miss Adams, sir. We were given orders to leave the room as it was, so as not to rush her.
Did she have a fight with someone to get the room into this state?
Not that I know of, sir. Miss Adams would sometimes throw a tantrum, during which she would destroy anything that came to hand. Lord Mortimer told us not to enter the room.
Thanks for that information.
You are welcome, sir. Has Sir finished with this room?
I know enough now. Thank you.
Very well, sir. Sir may return whenever need be. I shall guard the door.
Ok, d'accord. Donc, ça se trouve, c'est peut-être les serviteurs. Je disais comme ça, mais c'est possible. Rentrer chez George Washington. voir si on peut pas lui prendre quelques petits trucs. Là, il y a un livre. Journal d'inspecteur.
A map of Vermont.
Hop là, l'élixir d'or. Sacré chambre, hein, le petit gars.
It looks like a note between Emily and Washington about trade deals.
My dear George, I'd like to invite you to join me as planned at my place. I have a project to show you. It is time that the United States played a more important role on the world stage.
Ok. On peut pas aller sur le balcon. Non, on peut parler à George Washington.
Greetings, Louis.
Mr. President.
Ouais.
You can guess why I'm here.
C'est vrai, je peux l'utiliser.
Lord Mortimer has sent me to ask you a few questions about
Hop là.
last night.
It's...
On en profite.
How am I going to tell Elizabeth's father that she's dead?
I know, Mr. President. I shall endeavor to find out the truth about this tragedy. I must ask you to help me, though. Please.
Find the degenerate pig who did this, Louis.
Are you all right, Mr. President? Are you feeling all right?
Oh, don't worry. It's this rotten toothache. What do you expect? I'm no spring chicken now.
Bizarre qu'il ait mal aux dents.
Were you aware that Elizabeth took laudanum?
Yes, she came to ask me for some. She had finished her reserve, I believe.
Do you take it regularly, Mr. President?
Unfortunately, I do, Louis. I still suffer from a terrible toothache, and it's not likely to get any better.
It's just for that, then?
Old age, my young friend. I don't wish it upon you, but you'll soon see. At my age, it's rare to have no problems in that domain.
And do you take a lot?
A moderate amount, Louis. Only the dosage indicated on the prescription of my doctor.
George Washington, il y a un petit médecin.
Tell me, Mr. President, had you spoken to Elizabeth since your arrival? You know her father. You thought she was dead.
No, I didn't. And I believe I'll be taking my remorse with me to my grave. I wanted to, but I didn't know where to begin.
You can't blame yourself. You couldn't have known that her days were numbered.
Alors, lui connaissait-il des ennemis? Connaissait-il des raisons de sa présence ici? Lui parlait de l'empreinte de pas.
Mr. President, we found a footprint at the scene of the crime.
Not a dress shoe, I hope. That's all I wear.
No, rest assured. It looks like the print of a big ankle boot. A large size, I'd say.
Perfect. That should help you, Louis. It's a clue.
Ok, des bottines. Tout laisse à penser que c'est Jura, je crois qu'il s'appelle. Le militaire avec qui on a eu une altercation. La petite douche, enfin baignoire plutôt. On peut pas utiliser la gelée, mais on va aller... Oh. Il y a peu de chances qu'on retourne dans la chambre, on va la prendre. Hein. C'est pour ça que je les prends, parce que je sais pas si ça va se dérouler tout le temps ici, donc autant tout prendre. Perru. Ouais, c'est vrai, je pense que t'as raison, c'est perru. Putain, tu lis et t'enregistres les choses, mais d'une manière incroyable. Père ou Jacques. Fait très peur, hein. À la demande de son médecin, de son mécène lors de matin, purée. Ok. Ouais, là, c'est vrai, hein. Là, j'ai juste fait demi-tour comme un con. Alors, Elisabeth, elle est où? Alors, là, c'est qui? Donc, le cardinal Piaghi est pas dans... On a peut-être pas le droit de rentrer. Lui, il est pas là. Une petite pièce de collection. Voilà. Elisabeth. Elle est quand même suspecte, c'est tout. Elle était juste jalouse, hein.
King George III in coronation robes. Nice touch for the room of an English duchess.
Elle a retiré pas mal de tableaux. Étrange.
Dear E, I received your last letter. Unfortunately, the Crown informed the Golden Order that our mission should under no circumstances hamper Sir Gregory's plans. Decidedly, they have support from the highest level in Buckingham Palace. So here we both are, hands and feet tied, and little room to maneuver.
Ok. Hop là. Faut fouiller dans ses affaires.
A letter from William Pitt the Younger, addressed to Emily. He's the present Prime Minister of the United Kingdom.
Ah, je pensais trouver un
He has
indice.
indeed some powerful backers. Madam,
Deux cercles.
thank you for consoling the Queen. The King's situation is worsening, but I wager he'll recover from this present fit. Next time you speak with Her Majesty the Queen, would you please be so kind as to ask her to look into my petition to raise taxes with the King? I will personally see to it that our name...
C'est ça, hein? Non, duchesse. Enfin, le roi Georges, soutien de Saint-Père. Ok. Ça, on peut pas l'ouvrir. Je sais même pas ce qu'on a lu, hein.
William Pitt the Elder, addressed to Emily.
Ah, c'est
Who's
ça,
the
d'accord.
English Prime Minister? This letter dates from 15 years ago now. Madam,
Oui, c'est bon,
a
fouillé.
devil's thorn, to be used to uncover the best disguised traits.
On va pouvoir l'interroger bientôt, hein. Le tour de sa chambre, pas là, y a rien, hein.
Golden
Si...
elixir.
Un élixir d'or. Hop là, parlons à Elisabeth. Hein. Ellie.
What can I do for you, Louis?
I've come to see you about last night's tragedy. Did you hear anything about what happened to Elizabeth?
Yes, we all did. Rumors spread quickly, you know. How awful. I didn't know her well, but I hope at least the poor thing didn't suffer too much.
Death came quickly. You can be assured of that.
If such a senseless act can happen here, then none of us is truly safe anywhere. Lord Mortimer must be mortified that one of his guests could have committed such an act, don't you think?
He is indeed very upset about it. It's only natural after such a violent murder.
Violent? What do you mean?
Elizabeth was stabbed 9 times.
Oh my God, Louis. How awful. The murderer must have had a serious grudge against her to set upon her like that. It must have been a crime of passion. Do you know what happened exactly?
In fact, Lord Mortimer has asked me to look into this case, Emily.
Really?
Elle semble bizarre. Hein.
Mortimer's snoop now.
I'm doing it for Elizabeth, not to please Mortimer.
Good for you. Quite right, too. Have you found out anything?
En vrai, 9 fois, si, hein, c'est quand même violent. Après, il y a déjà eu beaucoup plus dans la vie, hein. Mais ce qui paraît, c'est même pas ce qu'il a tué, donc...
I'm now interviewing all the guests to establish the alibis for each person. Just so that I can cross you off the list of suspects, can you tell me what you were doing on the night of the murder?
Am I given to understand that I'm on the list of suspects?
Don't take it the wrong way, but I must consider every possibility.
Well, if you absolutely wanted to be sure of my activities that evening, you only had to join me, you know.
I know, Emily. Especially since I couldn't prevent the murder, even though I spent part of the evening with Elizabeth.
You're sure it's not too hard to bear for you?
The fact is, I don't have a choice. But I will find the murderer. I owe Elizabeth that, at least. Did you and Elizabeth get to know each other?
I must admit, Louis, I didn't take much interest in her. I feel a bit guilty about it, but I never actually spoke to her. She seemed burdened by her problems, and as she wasn't invited to the conference, I didn't really seek her out.
Patron. Il parlait de sa correspondance avec Piagui, il parlait du
I
morceau de
found a
tissu.
torn piece of dress in Miss Adams' room. Gray silk.
Where's it from?
That's what I'm trying to find out. The color doesn't match any of Elizabeth's dresses, but I might not have found all of her clothes yet.
Good Lord, Louis, do you realize what this means? If this piece of dress isn't from Elizabeth, then it's... I don't have any grey silk dresses, Louis. Neither does my sister, since we wear the same clothes.
Yeah, that's exactly what I wanted to check with you.
I'm so sorry, Louis.
Thank you.
Are you all right? You know, I'm sure there's a good reason why your mother was at the scene.
Thank you, Emily.
Correspondance avec Piagui. Mais après, c'est bon, hein. Je me
Either His
rappelle tout, hein.
Eminence can't keep his tongue from wagging, or you've been poking your nose where you shouldn't, sir.
Even so, Emily, you're raising a royalist army. That's no small matter.
And you are straying from the subject. Is there anything else you wanted to ask me?
Tout. Fais-la parler sur la nuit du meurtre.
I won't keep you, Emily. Thank you for answering my questions.
See you, Louis.
Pour moi, on a fait le tour, là. Je vais essayer encore, hein, d'avancer, mais... Napoléon Bonaparte. Oh là là.
The Prince by Machiavelli. A perfect read for anyone with a surfeit of ambition. That might come in handy.
Il est immunisé au truc politique, Bonaparte. Il y a un mal de crâne, le petit.
It's a beautiful weapon. A lovely damask blade. It's marked with the initials of the manufacturer in Versailles.
Versailles.
My dearest son.
Ah, j'ai pas vu. Unité à la
My
conviction.
dearest son. I'm writing to implore you to act quickly. The situation is rapidly worsening here. Paoli continues to steer our motherland, Corsica, toward open warfare between France and England. His men are everywhere. We are obliged to go into hiding and are unable.
Ok. Ça fouille, hein.
Water. They say that if you drink this, it gives you a real boost.
On est déjà full, là. Là-bas, il y a sa chambre, on fouille vite fait, on va l'interroger. Ça, je pense que j'arrêterai le live à partir du moment que j'aurai interrogé tout le monde. Hein. Non, il n'y a rien ici.
My dear Napoleon, as previously
William
agreed,
Mortimer.
I would like to ask you to join us.
Ok, c'est la même lettre que j'avais eue.
There's just one holster in Bonaparte's gear, and the pistol is missing. On the other hand, his cleaning equipment is in mint condition.
Il lui manque un pistolet du coup.
Soldier in him.
C'est C'est étrange qu'il lui manque un pistolet au petit Napoléon. Allons lui
Monsieur de
parler.
Richet, please be quick. We are both very busy.
As any good soldier would, I imagine you own a firearm. May I see it?
Oh, well, if you really want to, here is my pistol. Don't worry, it is not loaded.
Do you have several of these?
In Corsica, oui, but not on me when I am traveling. Only a bandit would carry such an arsenal.
Thank you.
Ah, donc c'est
Did
peut-être
you
pas lui.
hear about young Elizabeth?
Indeed, it is deeply regrettable.
Lord Mortimer asked me to...
I know. You no doubt want to know my alibi. I spent the night downstairs playing cards.
Quelqu'un est parti tôt, jusqu'à quelle heure? Jusqu'à quelle heure?
The game end?
I can't say exactly. As for me, I must have stayed until midnight. I was exhausted, couldn't think straight. So I preferred to go up to bed.
On your way up to bed, did you notice anything out of the ordinary?
No, not in the least. The whole manor was sound asleep.
Not really. No.
C'est passé quelque chose de
Did you
notable.
notice anything unusual during the evening?
Nothing at all, except the luck of the devil of Lord Mortimer and Sir Gregory at cards.
Did they win much?
Oh la la, monsieur, they cleaned us out more like. But I plan on getting it all back before we leave.
Can you tell me who was present at the game, please?
Well, there were Lord Mortimer, President Washington, and Sir Gregory.
Thank you.
Ah, and His Eminence Piaget as well. Excuse me, I nearly forgot him. Poor soul.
Bizarre qu'il y avait Piegui.
Did any of you leave during the game?
Not
Piaget,
that I
je
know
parie.
of, monsieur. I didn't exactly spend my time noting the other guests' comings and goings, but I don't think so.
Thank you.
Passons.
Well,
Partir.
have we finished, monsieur?
Exactly. Thanks again for all your answers. Good day.
Ah, l'accent, ouais, est horrible. Il reste Perru. Notre cher Perru. Pareil qu'il est juste à côté. Jacques Perru. Alors lui... Je le sens pas.
What do you want from me, de Richet?
Greetings. It's fallen to me
Cut
that...
the crap! Get to the point. We both know why you're here.
And have you got anything to tell me?
What does it matter? It's too late anyway. Do what you have to do and get out.
It's never too late, sir. If you have something to say, now is the time.
Ah, il est
You
vulnérable
don't
à psycho.
understand. Everything's already written. It's over.
Why is he behaving like the perfect culprit? What is it that's already written? I'm not sure I follow you.
No, you don't.
Étrange. Junior, sinon, je suis prisonnier aujourd'hui, piégé de mes propres décisions. Ça se trouve, il connaissait bien. Comment elle s'appelle? Adams, hein. C'est possible qu'ils étaient amis, hein. Rien nous le dit le contraire. Juste vérifier que j'ai bien toujours le chat. Ouais, j'ai toujours le chat, c'est bon, ça me rassure. Comment ça me fait des petites décos sur mon téléphone? Ok, la même lettre que tout le monde. Hop là. On est quand même obligé de fouiller, on va pas tout laisser comme ça. Hein. Ici c'est quoi? C'est 4 cercles, là il y a une pièce. Hein. Voir dans le menu, on les voit où les pièces? On en a 11. On sait même pas à quoi ça sert. Pas grave. Hein. Alors, qu'est-ce qui se passe, Perru?
All right. Have you finished?
Not quite. I'd like you to answer a few questions.
T'inquiète, je parlerai moins. Le lit est beaucoup trop confortable pour aller sur la chaise et écrire sur le chat. Ah oui, du coup, tu regardes sur ton PC depuis ton lit. Avez-vous tué Adams?
Let's get right to it. Are you Elizabeth Adams' murderer?
That is for you to prove, if I'm not mistaken, boy. You weren't expecting me to do all the legwork for you, were you? Lazy man.
Du sérieux là?
You were armed the night of my arrival. Can I see your weapon?
No.
You do realize you're not helping, don't you? You're making it worse for yourself. I'd like to talk about the letter you're writing. What woman is it addressed to?
Who says it's a woman? I'm not saying any more. There's no point you insisting. All right. Have you finished?
Not quite. I'd like you to answer a few questions. I know you were at the scene. We will save a lot of time if you just tell me what happened.
You know nothing at all.
Enlighten me then. For now, I have your footprint in a pool of blood.
That's right. The only thing you can prove is one of my boots was at the scene. Congratulations. You've wrapped up the investigation.
Allez, change, je peux pas même pas finir.
All right. Have you finished?
Not quite. I'd like you to answer a few questions.
Vous aimez frapper les femmes.
I'd like to talk about the letter.
Ah non, mais je voulais pas faire ça, je voulais
What woman is
partir.
it addressed to?
Who says it's a woman? I'm not saying any more. There's no point you insisting.
Je sais pas pourquoi il est comme ça. Alors soit quelqu'un l'a payé pour qu'il porte le chapeau, ce qui est probable. Hein. Que même s'il était méchant. Oh, la clé demi-cercle, c'était où qu'on l'avait trouvé? C'était sur la scène du crime. On va retourner vite fait sur la scène du crime. Ah, lui aussi avait l'air chelou. Là y a rien, là y a rien, là y a une boîte mais on pourra pas l'ouvrir. Fouiller. Un élixir d'or. On va s'embêter, on va l'utiliser. Hein.
Sorrows of Young Werther. There's a handwritten text signed by von Werner on this first page. Dear Elizabeth, I know that this book is but a small token compared to the delightful moments you gave me, but I hope that this will nonetheless keep the memory alive. Your ever obedient servant. So, Volner had a relationship with Elizabeth, but that's hardly surprising given his fondness for the occult.
Intéressant. On gagne plein de livres là, ça c'est bien.
Amber.
De l'ambre. Pièce de collection. Pour l'interroger, notre cher Volner.
What can I do for you, de Richet?
Monsieur, Lord Mortimer has appointed me to investigate the tragedy that befell us last night.
Oh, yes.
Ce que je comprends pas, c'est que le policier, Bonaparte et tout, ils sont venus dans la chambre pour nous arrêter de base. Et là, comme par hasard, après c'est peut-être Mortimer qui a dit d'arrêter ça, tu vois, comme quoi ça se faisait pas. Mais le mec avait son arme de base. Quand il nous a arrêtés, il l'a sorti pour nous mettre en plein dans la gueule. Donc soit il y a une erreur de scénario, soit elle a été rajoutée après.
It's horrible, yes. How can I help, monsieur?
Where were you last night?
In my room. I read a few ancient manuscripts before going to bed. But I didn't stay up long. I was tired.
Ça, c'est l'excuse des loups-garous à chaque fois.
Excuse
Oh,
me for
j'avais
asking,
quelque
but
chose à
did
faire,
you
je
know
lisais
Miss
des
Adams?
manuscrits.
Oh, she... not really, to tell the truth. No.
I found the Werther dedication, signed by your hand, monsieur. Would you like to change your version now?
Be careful, de Richet. Don't push your luck. My relationship with Miss Adams was pure, and has nothing to do with you. Well, continue playing the detective as you see fit. But if I find the bastard who did that to Elizabeth, I will...
Yes! I would have preferred a simple response, but I see I have my answer now.
Ah, et là on commence à avoir des trucs.
I get the impression that your romance was over. Am I right?
So? What does it matter to you? I would never have attacked her, if that's what you're insinuating.
Who put an end to the relationship? You or her?
It was her. It was her. But what does that matter? We both agreed.
Depuis combien de temps la
Exactly
relation
how long
durait?
have you been seeing her?
I have no reason to answer you.
I see. Is that what you want me to tell Lord Mortimer when he asks what I found out?
It's only been a few weeks.
Voilà, c'est pas dur de parler.
You loved her, didn't you?
That is none of your damn business.
Your feelings betray you, sir.
So what? Yes, I loved her, like a moth loves the flame of a candle. That's why we could never be together.
Ok, elle est très jeune, c'est ce qu'on a déjà fait.
We finished. I'll have a look around and then take my leave.
Do whatever you have to do.
On va du coup retourner sur la scène du crime, ouvrir la boîte. Il y a peut-être rien de spécial, hein, mais bon. Pas grave. Hop là, la scène du crime. Donc je crois que c'était elle, hein. La demi-lune. Enfin, le demi-cercle.
A chest with a half circle
Ouais.
pattern.
Qu'est-ce qu'il y a dedans? Putain, donc ouais, je pense vraiment que c'est que des trucs avec de l'ambre, des trucs comme ça. Des
An
lettres,
unlettered
hein.
hand copied these notes. Looks like a healing method. Well, that's a pity. The writing is barely legible.
Note mystérieuse. Alors je ne sais pas si on peut... Putain, on peut pas descendre. Hop là. Hop là. Donc visiblement là on descend. Est-ce qu'on peut descendre? Non, on peut pas descendre, donc on peut que monter et aller voir Lord Mortimer. Et là, oups, je tombe dans le trou, je meurs, c'est fini. J'espère qu'on n'a rien omis.
I've come to speak about the findings of the investigation, my lord.
My lord, c'est comme ça?
I'm sorry, my lord, but I don't have any evidence conclusive enough to allow me to name the culprit with certitude.
Really? I see. Well, that's your decision, Louis, and I accept it. Given the distinguished guests and the sensitive political issues involved at the conference, I trust you'll leave me to conclude the case in my own way. Right. It's time we spoke about your mother, Louis.
Mm-hmm.
When I first came here, I wasn't that worried. In the past, my mother has taken a few liberties during her missions, including disappearing for several days on end.
That doesn't make me feel any better, Louis.
What was the official reason why my mother came to your island?
I knew about your mother's activities and yours in the Golden Order. I thought we had everything to gain by working together.
You mean the canon deal with Monsieur Bonaparte?
Among others, yes. How did you hear about that?
Monsieur Bonaparte came to speak to me about it yesterday, during lunch.
I see. So impetuous. He was supposed to let me speak to you about it first. Our friend Napoleon desperately needed financial backing to properly equip his army. I took it upon myself to back him because I have a firm conviction that he can go far.
We shall see. However, there's one thing that surprises me. Did my mother intend to finance a war? I'm not sure that I follow.
No, your mother's aim was not so much to partake in a war, but rather to make Monsieur Bonaparte accountable. France is in turmoil, and having the support of a military man can often come in handy, Louis. You'll see.
Il y a vraiment un perroquet. Hein.
Once this deal was closed, I had big plans.
Il y a la cache en bas à droite.
Such as what?
You see, I've invited several influential figures on my island to present them with a project at the conference. It will be presented later today. I thought that the Golden Order had a role to play, and I still think so. I was hoping Sarah would be able to join us.
I see.
Indeed, if by chance your mother decided not to return to us before the conference, would you do me the great honor of attending? If only to follow the deliberations while waiting for her to duly take her seat.
Why not? We shall see.
Ah, thank you so much.
Il a pas l'air
This way,
méchant.
you'll be able to keep your mother informed of what is said. There's something else I'd like to briefly go over. Earlier, you asked me the official reason for your mother's presence here. Is there an off-the-record reason why your mother came here?
Que je dis la vérité. J'ai l'impression qu'on peut lui faire confiance à Lord Mortimer.
If only my mother trusted me, but she remained very mysterious. I'd have been delighted to answer your question.
Il a l'air gentil, hein, mais...
usual for her?
As head of the Order, secrets are her bread and butter, as you can imagine. That said, it's the first time she hasn't let me in on the reason for her trip. And it intrigues me, to tell you the truth.
Well, I'm sure that Sarah will explain everything once she reappears.
Ah, moi je suis sûr qu'elle va la
Something I
revoir.
still don't get. In your opinion, why would your mother remain in hiding over several weeks?
Elle a peut-être perdu la raison, se méfie peut-être de quelqu'un. Si elle a pris une arme, peut-être qu'elle se méfie de quelqu'un.
Her not coming back to the manor after so long makes me wonder if she is wary of someone.
Well, certainly. But whom?
Les
The
invités.
only ones who were present during her stay were Sir Gregory, Duchess Hillsborough, Mr. von Wollner, and myself.
Qui ça pourrait être?
You forget Elizabeth Adams, my lord.
That's true. But Gregory and I arranged it so that they wouldn't run into each other. I thought it had worked. Do you think that your mother felt she was in danger because of Elizabeth?
It's possible.
Yes.
The only thing I can tell you is that Sarah had indeed changed. At the beginning of her stay here, we enjoyed spending time together, solving the world's problems.
Kid de cette divulgation. Quand de cette disparition, je sais pas ça veut dire quoi.
You seem to know my mother very well, my lord. What did you talk about together?
Oh, as soon as we had a little free time, we like to share points of view about practically any subject. we would find ourselves embarked on interminable discussions that could go from Monsieur Blanchard's flight in a hot air balloon to the Treaty of Jassy, or the adoption of the metric system in France last year, or even Mr. Eli Whitney's invention in the United States.
My mother must have undoubtedly taken great pleasure in these exchanges. She always was one to appreciate broadening her knowledge. I'm surprised she didn't get you started on the Crusades. It was her favorite subject.
Are you joking? Sarah and I spent entire days together reliving them. It so happens that the Crusades are also my subject of predilection, especially the Third. My ancestor distinguished himself brilliantly during the siege of Saint-Jean d'Acre.
Unfortunately, my lord, the Crusades are not my chosen field.
Well, it doesn't matter. You have plenty of time to learn. Your mother is a very well-read woman. You're quite lucky to have her as a model, Louis.
Yes, I know, but I'm still very worried.
I must admit, there are worse things
Plus
to worry
inquiétant,
about
le
now,
meurtre.
Louis.
What do you mean?
Since she disappeared, your mother has been seen once. Her behavior on the evening of your arrival greatly surprised Gregory and myself. She resurfaced to attack Emma, Emily Hillsborough's twin sister. And she shot her with a pistol. Then, before Gregory could intervene, she ran off and disappeared again.
I beg your pardon? Hang on.
That means my vision on the wharf, it was actually happening.
Du coup, la vision qu'il a eue sur le quai, en mode sa mère, elle avait son bras coupé, elle avait un flingue, elle a tiré sur Emily, enfin du coup sur la sœur d'Emily, Emma, c'est la vérité. Et que Sir Gregory était là derrière. Donc ces visions qu'il voit sont réelles. Donc mais pourquoi pourquoi il y a des visions comme ça?
Mother shot Emily's sister? The very person she came looking for? Why would she do that?
Excuse me, but between that and the childhood of Lady Adams, it's all a bit much for me to cope with. I need to piece it all together again to see things more clearly. You said that you spent a lot of time talking together at the beginning. What happened for that to change?
I'm afraid I haven't much to tell you. The more the days went by, the more she withdrew into herself. She never gave me an explanation. Until the day came when she purely and simply disappeared.
Where did she go when she wanted to be alone?
She would shut herself away in a room we use as a box room upstairs.
Would you allow me to go there?
Naturally, Louis, of course.
Of course.
I'll send you a servant to open it.
Thank you.
One last thing, although I don't know if there is a connection.
I'm listening.
A gate was forced the other night near the wharf. Nothing serious, just a few small things damaged.
Est-ce que je lui dis que c'est moi?
Sorry, my lord, but I was searching for leads to my mother. I thought I was hot on her trail and didn't take any precautions.
Well, you could have reported it to a servant. But never mind. I shall put it down to your ardor and anxiety. However, please try to respect my estate in future.
I certainly will. Please accept my sincerest apologies.
That's all I can tell
Apologize.
you about the disappearance of your mother, Louis. I would like to have been more helpful.
I shall stay on her trail and follow up any leads.
Thank you. We will meet later on to welcome our last guest. In the meantime, I shall get someone to open the box room upstairs for you.
Thank you.
Donc il y a bien une dernière personne qu'on n'a pas rencontrée.
The room is just opposite Mortimer's study.
Bon, on va s'arrêter là les gens, il est 20h25, ouais. On va s'arrêter là pour aujourd'hui. Je voudrais juste voir si on peut pas descendre, mais je pense que non. Donc oui, on va s'arrêter là. Donc en tout cas, le jeu vraiment je l'apprécie. Au final il va être peut-être long parce que là on est... Bah attendez, je vais mettre l'épisode... non pas offline. Je vais mettre l'épisode comme ça, je vais regarder combien il y a de chapitres au total. Comme ça on voit à peu près la progression. Chapitre The Console. Faut voir on en est où à peu près. Épisode 4 peut-être. Épisode 5. Ah, je suis désolé, Rabi. Mais c'est demain, je refais le jeu. Pas demain matin, mais demain après-midi. Ah, il est mal noté par mon jeu. Ouais, bah voilà, raison de plus. Donc t'inquiète pas, le matin, il y aura pas. Celui-là, je m'arrange pour faire le soir. À part aujourd'hui, j'ai fait le matin. Parce que j'avais pas le courage de faire autre chose. Et je voulais vraiment découvrir le jeu. Normalement, lui, je le ferai tous les soirs. J'avais sorti le planning sur le live. Je sais pas si je peux le voir là. Si je peux le voir. Hop, le live, le live. Ouais, il y aura. Ah oui, putain, j'ai pas fait du tout ce que je devais faire. Donc, ouais, demain matin, c'est The Messenger. Mais en général, ouais, mardi, mercredi, jeudi, ça sera The Console. Donc, à partir de la semaine prochaine, il y aura plus beaucoup de live. Un live découverte, deux lives à partir de dans 2 semaines. Un live deux lives, enfin, une journée découverte, une soirée découverte, avec deux jeux découverts, 2 jours de let's play, et après des jours du gameplay un peu aléatoire, de Dauntless, du Ark, Outer Wild, Messenger, un peu de horreur, ralentir mon rythme. De toute façon, ça va être que le soir maintenant, le matin, il y aura plus. Hein. Faut bien. Voilà, voilà. En tout cas, ouais, le jeu est vraiment bien, et du coup, oui, j'ai toujours pas trouvé la durée du jeu. On peut pas avoir durée de jeu. Durée de vie. Alors... si tu... Salut, je viens de le finir, ça dépend si tu fous ou non, mais je te dirais entre 7 et 10 heures. Ah, donc il est assez léger en fait. Moi qui avais entendu qu'il était long, que c'était à peu près 4-5 heures par épisode, ouais, je me suis encore fait troll. Toujours en regardant des vidéos, des lives. Terminer le premier épisode en 3 heures, c'est ce que j'ai fait. Je viens de finir un jeu, durée de vie globale 15 heures. Ouais, donc ça dépend vraiment de tout joueur. Hein. Je pense que je vais être autour des 15 heures aussi. Donc ça va, hein, 15 heures. Je pense que quand je serai à peu près dans le dernier chapitre, je pense que je ferai un live complet dessus. Même si le live il dure 3-4 heures, tant pis. Hein. Ce sera comme ça. Hein. Et voilà, voilà. Allez les gens. Je vous dis à demain matin pour The Messenger. Et à la prochaine pour ceux qui regardent la VOD. Allez. Bye bye et bonne soirée. A plus Rasby. Non. Voilà. Streaming ending.